Yeah, okay. Welcome back, everybody. Okay, that's just a little something I wanted to do at the beginning just to give you an idea of improvisation. So that's nothing written, just do whatever's on top of my head. And so moving forward from the last video, we worked on the pentatonic, A minor pentatonic. We also worked on the blues, which is just the pentatonic scale, the minor pentatonic scale, adding the flat 5. And so what you heard me play at the beginning is me just at the top of my head playing the Dorian mode for Autumn Leaves. That's the background. And it's just 7 notes. It's just 7 notes in the key of G from A to A. It's an A minor, which is the Dorian mode. And it's important to know that when you are wanting to learn to improvise, you have to lay down a foundation, and that foundation has to be muscle memory over the patterns that you're going to use, the Dorian patterns. So slowly, it's just A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G, back to A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C. So, and it's going to stay right there. Okay, and there's a lot of ways that you can learn for your hand to become that pattern. It has to become that pattern, and not just that pattern, but everything in between. So you have to learn how to permeate the notes, permeate that mode. For instance, the first 4 notes. Here we go. Sorry. First 5 notes. See, come up with your own little lick, your own sound. There's a little motif, if you would. Okay, so as you get that under your hand, and you also feel there's a kind of a phrasing. There's a phrasing that's taking place. Okay, see, and then we add the flat 5, the hip note, the blue note. All of a sudden, you get a little bit more flavor. See, it's just coming off at the top of your head. And then when you're doing that, you can add one more note. You can do that any way you want. So a technique to use for practicing would be get a timer, and to start out, up and down the Dorian mode, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C, sharp, G, A, B, C, and back. So I'm going to kind of speed it up just to give you an idea. And you're going to put your timer on. It can be for 3 minutes. It can be 5 minutes. But the key to using the timer is that when you've got that timer on and then you start, you don't stop. If you have your timer for 3 minutes, you don't stop until that timer goes off. So you'll be doing like 3 minutes non-stop, and believe me, 3 minutes is a long time. So like this, for example, 3 minutes non-stop. I'm not going to do 3 minutes, but I'm going to give you that going up and down so you can understand what that would entail. That gets boring. That really gets boring. But you have to break through the boredomness. 3 minutes. Oh, okay. Okay, now there's a lot of different ways to do it. Here's another way to do it. Put your timer on. Okay, that can get really boring. However, if you can overcome the boredom, you will really excel in your improvisation, because you're forming your hand to those patterns and everything in between those patterns. As an example, A minor 7, B minor 7, C major 7, D7, E minor 7, F minor 7 flat 5, and so forth. Those are all, that's the diatonic key of G major, but you're playing it starting in the Dorian mode. Okay, and it's the minor language that you're going to use. So the A minor Dorian is one A minor. It's a mode, and you learn that. And in the same position, because that's in the key of G, the Dorian, it is so close to the key of C, which would be the Aeolian mode. Again, it's just, instead of playing the F sharp, you're playing the natural F. So you're replacing the F sharp with the F. And you can hear the difference. Listen. That's C. Now back to G. Okay? I'll go up in G and come down in C. Okay, now the beauty of running that up and down is so that when you're playing, you can switch whenever you want to. As an example, I'm going to be flowing from the key of G to the key of C by just changing whenever I want the F to the F sharp or the F sharp to the F. Okay, so I threw the flat 5 note in there too. So again, it's just a way to start practicing and to form your hand, to form the shapes of the modes or the scales, whatever you want to call them. But the key to becoming a good improvisationist is to burn those patterns in your head. And then also you have to practice improvising. You're not just going to learn the you're not just going to learn the pattern or the mode or the scale, whatever you want to call it. You have to practice through it, meaning after you've done say you've decided to do 30 minutes and you're done 30 minutes of boring up and down scales and modes, whatever, you've done it. You're okay. Now you take a 5-10 minute break. Now you come back and now you're just going to, some people call it noodling, noodle in what you just learned. Just noodle. And then if you find a really nice lick that you play, okay, whatever it is, play it over and over. It's your lick, whatever sounds really good within that pattern, within that scale. And if it falls outside of it and it sounds good, for heaven's sakes, you want to hang on to it. You want to hang on to it, because sometimes we make mistakes and they sound really good. And so you want to keep that, and that becomes part of your repertoire, and it's in your head. So anyway, I hope that this lesson today really helps you, and I'll see you on the next one.